because Star Trek is one of those things. The Trekkies, the fans, like Chris, your fans have a name. They're called
the Pine Nuts. Yes,
the Pine Nuts.
I know them well.
Oh, a few Pine Nuts.
Yes.
And Benedict, what are your fans called?
The Cumber Collective.
No, they're not. That is not what they're called, Benedict Cumberbatch.
Well, you know, this is BBC One. You can say it if you want, but I'm not going to say it.
Well, your fans...
Cumber bitches.
Oh, God.
Yeah. That seems a weird thing to call themselves.
I don't think they meant to offend themselves when they called them that. I do worry about, you know, how far feminism has been set back, but there we go.
Go on, yeah.
Yeah, quite right, sister.
Now, on Twitter and stuff, do your fans have a name, Kim?
A name?
Like Catralligators or something, or... We spent a long time trying to think. We came up with Catralligators, Kimikazes, or Kimbeciles, but that's quite rude. Yeah, we call them Kimbeciles. Yeah. Catralligators.
I like the
I'm not sure that's going to catch on, but yeah, we'll...
No.
Check it out on Twitter.
Sorry,
The
yes, we'll talk about it on
The
Twitter.
Tracallicats?
Oh, I like that.
Tracallicats.
That's very good.
That's it. He's making
It's
it.
very 60s.
Yeah. You bought the neutron cream, but that is quite clever. That's quite clever.
Cream obviously works.
Quite a few fans in tonight, I know, and some of them, seriously, have travelled from afar. So let's see who is the most devoted fan, who's travelled the furthest. So if you've travelled to see the guys tonight, put your hands up. Put your hands up. Oh, quite a few, quite a few. Oh, look, there's a lady with 2 hands up there. Hang on 1 second. Now, stand up, too. Now, what's your name?
Anna.
Anna. And now you are a Cumberbitch? You're a Pine Nut?
Yes,
She's
I am.
a Pine Nut, everybody. And, there you go. Where have you come from?
Kent.
Where?
Kent.
Kent.
Yeah.
Woo! She is crazy about you, Chris. Kent. I mean, it'll be 10 o'clock before she's home. Not too good. Keep your hands up, keep your hands up, all the people who travel for. Oh, hello, hello. Stand up, too.
Oh, hello.
Hello, where are you
Hi.
from?
Kent.
Oh, for God's sake. OK, let's just rule Kent out. Anyone who didn't come from Kent... Oh, OK. Oh, yeah, lady there, stand up, too. Hi, where are you from?
Hi, I'm from Germany.
Really? Did you come from Germany?
I took a 20-hour bus to London.
Wow. That's impressive. You'll be too familiar with Kent, won't you? What was your name?
Sheng Lin.
Sheng Lin from Germany, 20 hours in the... Are you... Well, let's try and guess. I'm saying... Cumberbitch? You are Cumberbitch?
Yes, I am.
She's a Cumberbitch. Okay. You started something now. You started something now. So, where are you from?
Hong Kong.
Where did you... Who are you here for?
I'm coming for Benedict. Hi.
Did you really fly in? Oh, more to say.
See you again.
You really flew in?
Yes.
You really special.
I took a 12-hour direct flight from Hong Kong to here, and I applied 5 days annual leave from the work to see you.
Very good. You can have a seat. Very good. Very good. It's not 20 hours on a bus. That's all I'm saying. You got fed. There was wine. You know. Now, who else has hands up? Hello. Who are you here for?
Germany.
Another Germany person. Did you fly or bus?
No, we flew.
Oh, I'm no interest. Hello. Stand up too. Stand up too. Where are you from?
Nebraska.
Nebraska. And oh, well, you dropped something in there. You've got a little thing there. So do you now? Do you live here?
No.
You flew in specially from Nebraska?
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
I did.
Did you really? All the way from Nebraska?
Yes.
For this?
Yes.
God. And you are now. Do anything, Pine Nut?
Cumberbitch.
It's another Cumberbitch. Okay. Stand up, dude. Hello. What's your name?
Yasuko Hirohata.
Sorry?
Yasuko Hirohata.
Hello. Hi. And where are you from?
Japan.
No, did you fly in from Japan?
Flying.
Specially?
Special.
Oh, yeah. So this is it. Japan's further than Hong Kong, isn't it? Yeah? Okay. So, Japan, and you're here for Cumberbitch or Pine Nut?
Pine.
It's a pine nut! We have a pine nut! You have to now. You have to. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I'm gonna say hi to Ken.
Oh, go on. Say hi. Say hi.
Hey, Ken. How are you? Thank you for coming out. Thank you for coming out, sweetheart. Ken? Yes?
Oh, now I take a walk about.
Hi now.
Get back down here. You get back down here. Oh, there you go. That was very good. What nice guy.
He just kissed one of my bitches. Oh.
You said it.
I can't believe I said that. I've been drawn into their game.
I saw one of your
Can we have a nice Venn diagram of pine bitches, maybe?
Oh,
Just join forces. There's no reason for them not to be friends.
Well, they'll be Trekkies now.
Good.
Yeah, that's what they'll be. That will be.
Another big family, OK.
Because you carry with you a fan base, quite an intense fan base,
Right.
and on stage, they're there. You're exposed to them.
Yeah.
Because in Equus, they were able to sit on the stage, weren't
Yeah.
they? Were those...
Well, there were a few people that would... there were a couple of strange experiences on Equus. One was a group of girls who came in. Basically, at the back of the stage on Equus, there was raised seating so that people could sort of look down on us from above as well as being out front. And I was on stage the whole time, so I even if I wasn't in the scene, I would just go and sit in a part of the stage. And I did my first scene, and I went and sat down and waited while they were doing the other scene. And about 10 seconds go by, and then I just hear this voice up in the seats on stage just going, Dan! Dan! Look at us! Look, and they kept, for the entire first act, they were talking to me for the like 1.5 hours, just going, look at us, say something to us. And I was like, I very rarely get angry at, like, audience members, but I came off like, please have them moved. Like, send them to the second half of Phantom. But yeah, then there was also a woman who tried to proposition me through... she sent me a letter that said... basically said, I'm in town for the weekend. I was, like, 18 or 19 at this point, and I'm in town for the weekend. I'll be staying in this hotel room. I'm coming to see the show on such and such a night. And then there was just a thing at the bottom of the note which just said, like, seat 6, row C, red scarf. And
She hasn't seen the picture of the horns.
well, she hasn't. I don't think this is the type of woman that would care.
She does the gi with the...
You sound like someone who does the gig.
But the best part about it was that I was living with my parents at the time, so my dad was the one that got the letter.
Oh, and he went to the hotel room? Is that the end of the anecdote?
Thankfully, that's not the end of
It's
the
so great if that's where this
No,
went.
it wouldn't! He's a happily married man!
But did you see her? You must have checked her out.
I did. You know what? I really, I did. I honestly, I didn't look. I didn't see her. I don't know what she
Daniel's
looks
lying.
I don't know what she... I honestly don't. I didn't see her.
Okay, fair enough. Browns Boys, it's a sitcom about an Irish housewife and her family.
You're not telling me that, eh?
No, I'm telling Tom. Unless you want to know. But so here's most of the cast now. So a lot of these are relations, aren't they?
Yes.
So,
I'm a firm believer in nepotism.
Yeah. So Grandpa, he's just a friend. Granddad's his friend.
Grandad started off as my window cleaner
Oh right.
25 years ago. But he didn't clean my windows. He was a window cleaner. And one of the first gigs I did was at Rathmines Inn. And one night we were putting the gear in the van and he started carrying out stuff.
He's gone too far. I could go now. I mean...
That's the first time in my life anyone's looked at me to explain what someone else is doing.
I just think it's hilarious that I need English subtitles on an English show.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Listen, you'll acclimatise. You'll acclimatise.
Yeah, okay.
So, and then your daughter is your wife.
Yes, that gets weird.
Yes.
At home, you know, who's your mommy, who's your mommy, who's your mommy?
And then is Winnie. Winnie is your sister.
Winnie's my sister. Well, she says she is. There was 11 of us, and I can't remember them all.
Winnie's brilliant in the movie.
She's super, isn't she?
She's great in the movie.
My son plays Buster. That's your dog's name?
Yeah.
There's trivia.
Trivia.
Your family is very large, so the people who aren't in it must be very pissed off.
What do you mean, aren't in the family or aren't in the show?
Aren't in the show.
Fuck them.
Now, Mrs. Brown movie, I'll be lucky enough to see it. And honest to God, you laugh, but you do. I cried. It's really sweet.
Oh, thanks very much. Thank
It's
you.
very sweet. It's very funny, and it's what people expect. It's got all the coarse jokes and all the rude jokes.
It's very Irish.
Yeah.
In that you know, we don't do just straight comedy in Ireland. We do comedy with pathos. So if you're going to have a bit of fun, you want to go to an Irish funeral. You know, you get all the fun, and then we'd all have a cry, and then we'd have a laugh again. So it's that kind of structure to it, you know. I don't think you can have one without the other. But I love that she always lets them... I say she, like she's somebody else, I swear to God. I should be wearing my knickers tonight. But she always lets them off the hook. You know, there's a scene on the bridge where that mother-daughter thing.
Yeah,
Well, me too. And I knew it was me in a dress. I'm crying watching it. But that bit at the end where she just, you know, when she says Sophie's Choice and then she lets them off the hook. And I love that.
No, it's very good. And also, for me, I just love it because it's like almost like a love letter to Dublin.
Well, thanks. That's what I intended to do. Look, Ireland's getting a bit of a bad time at the moment. You know, we're getting a bit of bad press about financial things and how things are going, etc. But Dublin is a beautiful city, and it's a really warm city. Thanks very much, Cheryl. And it
Brendan built it.
And Newcastle is one of my favourite places.
If you want... Second, I agreed with you. You didn't say thanks to me. Sorry.
You get a tattoo like yours on your cock, and I will.
I dare you.
But Mrs. Brown, you've talked about Mrs. Brown, how she's been inspired by lots of women growing up that you knew, but particularly your own mom.
Yeah, I mean, when I used to tour America, where you're from? Funny enough, where I live now, and they've no problem understanding me.
That's not true. Come on.
When I tour on the book tours, they'd always ask me the most bizarre questions. And one of the questions they would ask is Mrs. Brown based on your mum? And I used to say no. I used to say, no, she's not, you know. And then I started to realise, actually, she is. My mum was very well educated, thanks to the nun. She was a nun. She started out her life as a nun. Had 11 kids, so obviously she was right to doubt her vocation. But thanks to the nun, she got an education. She got a really good and she ended up with a bachelor's degree from Galway University. And I think if Agnes had had that education, yeah, they would be very similar. Because my mum had that same kind of wisdom. Can I just tell you, I loved touring in America because I can tell them all the lies and they believe them all. No matter, you know, I can tell them about leprechauns in the garden and they actually believe it.
Well, yeah, look at our government. Clearly, they believe anything you tell them.
But I remember once one woman put her hand up and said, "Excuse me, sir? Sir?" I said, "Yes." She said, "Can I ask a question? What is bollocks?" I said, "Most of what I've been fucking saying for the last 10 minutes." They're the most bizarre people. But me mum...
No offence.
No offence.
None taken.
No offense. You're not really American. You're Don Johnson.
There is that.
That's true. He's the inventor of the 80s. That's what he is.
As you said, 1979, 1990.
But your mom, so 11 kids, a 2-bedroom house.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean, that's...
How did they have sex?
Well, that's...
We knew the sign was... My mother used to say, Jerry, that was my dad, Jerry, I think you need to peel me corn. And of course, we'd all go, whoa. And then he went and peeled her corn, and the next thing there was another brother. You know, 11 kids, but she was quite an extraordinary woman in that she was a woman's woman. She came out of the convent. She went to teach, and when she married my dad, and she married him only because he could dance, she got fired. Because in Ireland at that time, you couldn't, if you were a civil servant and a married woman, you couldn't work as a civil servant. Wow. So she said, I'm not having that. She joined the union, changed that law, and then got elected to Parliament, and then became Shadow Minister for Foreign Affairs, became the Chief Party Whip. She changed a lot of laws. She was a fascinating woman, and she was, you know, when she retired from politics, she had a few bob. So we were convinced, oh, we're in the lottery, but she didn't. She bought a couple of houses and turned them into a home for battered wives and for homeless children, in which we all volunteered and we all worked in. So it gave us a good grounding to see, to help. No. Give her a round of applause, not me. And she's dead. So don't waste it. She was a powerhouse of a woman, and she was a woman for change, and she taught me something more important than anything else. First of all, don't be afraid. It's one of the reasons I admire Cheryl so much. You're never afraid. You speak your mind, and it's a great thing. Fair play to you. She told me never to be afraid. Don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to succeed. Most of all, don't be afraid to try. And it's not what you have, it's what you do with what you have. And that goes for money as well.
Listen, Brenda, it's been lovely to talk to you. Lovely to hear about your mom.
Yeah.
Because you now, because you are this industry now, that you can't really just take a day off, can you? You can't just...
Oh, no, I've been on a 5-day bender. I finished my Europe and UK tour last Thursday, and yeah, it was non-stop till
yeah.
Well, this morning, really.
Oh, I'm just glad you're happy.
Yeah,
I'm glad you get to enjoy it all.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Because everyone talks about the pressure of a second album, blah 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 blah. Yeah. So, how did you cope with that, particularly when all the songs are so emotional?
I was quite oblivious to it all, really. I'm pretty oblivious to everything that goes on in the world, really. But yeah, no, I was just desperate to write. I broke up with my boyfriend and I wanted to write an album. And I did start getting a bit worried because like everyone started sort of like kind of not delivering with their second album, and they're artists that I love, so I did start to shit myself. And then I think it was just timing and luck, and I think the Brit Awards performance had a massive thing to do with it. People seemed to really like it.
That was stunning.
I thought I was really out of tune at the end, actually. I watched it back and I was like, ugh! But I did start crying, so it's all right. Yeah, it's fine.
It was interesting that the songs can touch you.
Yeah. Well, I'm bitter. These sad songs.
And have you spoken to him?
A little bit. We check it like we're alive every now and then.
On Facebook, like everyone else?
I have just joined Facebook. I've just joined Facebook. I've been stalking all of my ex-boyfriends' new girlfriends. I have. Yeah, it's brilliant because some of them don't realise they haven't like set privacy settings on their photographs.
Oh yeah.
They do now. They do now. I love it.
And so you're saying the paparazzi follow you all the time now?
Pretty much, yeah.
Is that a nightmare?
Yeah, it's horrible. But most of the time I do get away with it. Like, if I haven't got my lashes and hair up, I can kind of get away with things. But the other day I popped into an off licence, and I've had a few days off, all right? It's fine. And within 2 seconds there were like 30 paps outside.
How does that happen?
I don't know. I don't call them.
But didn't you have... Was it this week? Was it this week you had the wardrobe malfunction thing? Because now... please tell me no paparazzi got
No, and luckily there was a bus stop full of people, and luckily they didn't recognise me. But I'd woken up and I had a really embarrassing encounter with someone when I woke up. And then, this is really random, sorry. And then I was so mortified that I left the house to go buy some milk and stuff like that, and it was a hot day. And I had this weird dress poncho thing on that had no arms and was only on me around my neck. And I went out and I didn't have time to like it was to about here. And I didn't have time to put anything on, and then a gust of wind come. And I was literally like hula hooping my dress around my neck. Butt naked. Butt naked. They all laughed, but I had no one to laugh with. It's all right. I'm getting a bit sweaty.
Can I have that for my next series? Thank you.
Have it. It was awful. Awful. Old men, old women, young kids. Like, It was awful.
No, but it's brilliant, brilliant. I've seen a towel naked, they'll
They
say.
didn't know it was me, but they will now.
Now, in terms of engagements, 5 years, is that a long engagement?
I feel like a lot could go wrong in a 5-year engagement. You know what I mean?
I'd dump him if it was 5 years. It'd
I
be
feel like
"Blood,
after
get
2,
on with it."
after 2, you should get another ring or something.
Till just like stacking them up.
After that.
Oh, how long are you engaged for?
Just a year.
See, that already seems quite a long time.
Well, it's not really, because you're trying to plan it and then it's schedules and all that stuff.
Are you more of a sort of just go to Vegas and get it done type guy?
You make it sound like a tattoo.
It is in some cases.
Well, I just think... Right.
You're all right for the rest
No,
of the
it's
show.
too late.
Let's start with this dress. She's bowled out here with a bagel on her head. Starts... What? Listen, you sit there and keep calm, young lady. Too much water you've had.
Now, listen, in terms of engagements, we know that there's an engaged couple in the audience, right? So we thought we might try and spot them. Essentially, I think we're looking for a smug woman and a worried man. So let's see if we can spot couples. Let's see if we can spot couples. Hang on, let's see. So, lots of oh, look, they're holding hands. Couple you... Oh, is that the... Or is that the... Well, no, I don't know, it's 2012. So are you by yourself? Are you with them?
No, I'm not.
You just sat here?
I'm just saying.
You know, it's a nice jumper. So you're together. So you're together?
Yeah. Yes, we are.
You are, okay. But you're not engaged, are you?
No.
No, you're too young, you're children. How long have you been engaged?
7 months.
They're happy. Couple? Couple?
I wish.
How long have you been friends?
Yeah? About a year, yeah.
Year, yeah. Well, you could get very drunk tonight. What's your name?
Juan.
Juan?
Matthew.
Yeah, that won't work. No, you couldn't say Juan and Matthew are coming for dinner. Okay. Possibly. Stand up, the two of you. Go. Okay. What do you think? Sofa? Oh, look at it, very Jubilee. What do you reckon, a couple?
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah? Oh, let's try names. What's your name?
Christina.
Mark.
They could be Christina and Mark.
Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah.
Are you a couple?
No.
Do you know each other?
Yes, I'm her dad.
Do you have a boyfriend?
Yes.
Is he here?
Yes.
Where is the next one?
Yes.
Oh, let's stand up boyfriend. Stand up boyfriend. Oh, wait, fiance.
Right.
You are engaged. Oh. And when are you getting married?
Next year, maybe.
Next year, maybe. Okay. When did you get engaged?
Christmas Day last year.
Oh, that's lovely. It's quite a cheap gift, but lovely. Where did you meet?
We met actually on chat roulette 2 years ago.
Okay. Do you live here? Are you
I'm from Austria.
You're from Austria?
Yeah, right.
Okay. Christina's dad. She's engaged and married to a man she met on the internet from Austria. Bad father. Okay, you look like a lovely couple, and next year you're getting married.
Yeah.
All right, long happy lives to you both. Very good, excellent. Well done, all the people. Very good. But you tattooed the guy who tattooed you.
I did.
This is you tattooing Nico, and now this is what you tattooed on him.
See, that's how it started.
So, what is that? Sunglasses? Or
No,
glasses?
It wasn't intended to... Well, he wears glasses.
Okay.
Okay, so the idea was his signature look is quite known, and he wears big, thick glasses that kind of look like aviators in the end.
Yeah.
My bad. But then a heart, because I think he's got a really special heart.
Yeah.
My initials, because I did the tattoo.
Oh, is that your initials at the end?
CC.
Oh, I thought it was you trying to get the pen to work. I thought it was... You know, the post office. Is there ink in this thing? Now, Cheryl, very quickly, you've got to say, we are delighted you're back doing the X Factor. Seriously, I think everyone is really pleased with coming back on it. But given how mean they've been to you, I guess the question, why are you doing it? Why have you said yes?
Now that Simon's back, I mean, honestly, I just couldn't stand any more of the grovelling. It was becoming uncomfortable. I thought I would just help out a friend a little bit, you know?
Yeah. And so you started filming already?
Yeah, we did 2 days in Manchester already.
And all right?
All right.
Yeah.
Feels like I've never been away. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. A little bit of frost. Louis?
Oh, Louis, God love him. But that's all right. Wait, are you off with Louis?
Well, we've never been on, to be honest.
We look forward to that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It is. My mother has made these this morning, and I have to give them to you. She's made some cupcakes, and they're royal wedding cupcakes for Graham Norton, and they've caused quite a lot of controversy in the Whitehall household because my dad was like, "You never make me cupcakes." And my mother said, "That's because you're not a national treasure, Michael," and so these are for you to eat.
Dear Graham, love Hillary. Are these poisoned? Will they kill me?
No, they were very nice.
Oh, look at them. Oh, look, we've got 2 kinds. There's an I Heart Kate and an I Heart Will. Oh.
I've eaten one of the Wills, so...
Do you want one? Anyone want one?
I love one.
Should we say... Oh, you want to eat one?
No, the Willy one.
You want the Will one? OK, there you go. Which would you prefer, Kate or Will?
I can see there's another Will
There
one.
is another Will.
Yeah.
Would you mind really like me?
Give me the cake!
Yeah.
OK, you have it there, yes. I'll have mine later, too. It's a beautiful sofa. Everyone looks great.
Yeah, thanks.
But J-Ho, you do look amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
You really do. And I mean, it's always weird when someone has lost weight to talk about it, because it always seems... Is it rude for people to comment on it, or...?
No, it's not. I mean, I get all kinds of reactions, or, you look like Jennifer, you have Jennifer Hudson's face. And I'll be like, I get that all the time, and I just keep going.
And again, I don't want to be rude, but like, how much weight have you lost?
I have lost, well, weeks said in pounds, so I've lost 80 pounds.
80
pounds.
Wow.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's a lot. That's like Victoria Beckham and a half.
80 pounds?
80 pounds.
What's that in the old...
That's like 6 stone or something.
6 stone?
No,
Is
whole
it?
singing person.
People go, yes, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a combined weight. Yeah.
Probably.
That is a lot. That's...
Yes.
God. Are you hungry?
No. I get that too.
Well,
anywhere I go, are you hungry? Would you like something to eat? No, but really, I can eat anything I like. It's about balance. We're having like a Weight Watchers meeting now. So anyway, guys, it's about balance. You track everything you eat.
I've tried to. It's true. I've tried to do the Atkins. I tried that, where you don't eat any carbohydrates at all, and it's just I don't know if anyone's tried it. You know, you don't eat any bread, and I had no bread for 3 days, and I started to actually sort of get a bit dizzy. And then I had no bread for 2 weeks, and I was hallucinating about bread. I was just, everywhere you look, you see bread, giant, pulsating bread. Play the piano, every key is a little mini baguette. Oh, eat me. And the dogs are barking, and all they can hear is bread. I was actually going insane. And I did actually crack in the end. I licked the breadcrumbs off a chicken Kiev. Which it wasn't mine. It was someone else.
Because what's amazing about you is, you know, you won an Oscar, you won a Grammy, but it did all begin with you coming seventh in American Idol.
Season 3, yep, American Idol.
Because you must have been gutted when you got kicked off. You must have thought, well, that's the end of that then.
Well, I just felt like if I walked away with my voice, then that's what got me to American Idol, to even be eliminated. So as long as I keep that and keep singing, I'll get there eventually. That's what I thought.
Who was the winner that year?
Fantasia.
Oh, because she's still doing okay, isn't she? Yeah, so she didn't win an Oscar, but she's done okay. I'm just interested in the process of it, because, you know, we see the people auditioning for Simon and Paula and Randy back then. So how many auditions had you done before you get into that room with them?
See, the thing that the public does not know is you go through like 3 different auditions before you get to Simon, Paula, and Randy. Well, now Jennifer Lopez and Lord knows who else on the stage. But, and so by the time you get to that point, a lot of the people are already brainwashed because they told them, keep doing what you're doing to when you get to that point, and then they get that was fabulous, and then when you get before the judges, the real judges, they're like, no, that wasn't good. And that's why, like, the people are very surprised, because you go through like 2 stages before you get to them.
Yeah, that's where the bad people go crazy, because they're like, well, you
and they're
told
surprised.
me.
They're caught off guard because they were told they were fabulous up until you know, till they got to that point.
It's kind of like the music business then.
Pretty much.
Fabulous, but you're not fabulous.
No, we were just kidding.
Have Idol or any of those shows ever asked to cover your songs?
No.
Would you let them if they did?
No.
Would you really? You wouldn't? Do you disapprove, or do you just don't want to be involved?
I don't really believe in American Idol. But I can tell you that Jennifer Hudson is one of the finest singers there is. I can tell you that.
Do you think? But it's interesting though, because that is how we found. Like, so do you think you would?
She would have found her way there, just because of that. I mean, the fact that she came in 7th, but I just the fact that these like, first of all, you would never find Joni Mitchell or Bob Dylan on American Idol. They would never have won. They would have never. I love you. No, I just think that, you know, having Americans' taste kind of modeled from 3 people or a system based from Simon Cowell's mind, it's not necessarily that good.
What kind of?
Because you're not a big fan, are you? No. We love you. We love you.
I understand.
And so what was because it is extraordinary. So there you are, you get the boot from American Idol. How long was it then till you were stood there holding an Oscar?
Was it 2 or 3 years?
It wasn't even, I don't think it was 2 years. Was
maybe
it?
2 years.
It was about 2 years.
Yeah. I mean, that's phenomenal.
Thank you.
There you are with your Oscar.
I was, what, 22 on American Idol and maybe 25 when I won the Oscar.
Wow.
Yep.
And I love the story because of how fickle show business is. So you get the Oscar, and then by the time you got to the Vanity Fair party...
Oh, what, the picture on the table?
Yeah.
That said I was worst dressed?
The papers were already out.
Yeah.
I made the worst and best list in the same year.
Yeah.
Probably the male and the female, right?
But see, then that goes back to where American Idol and Simon Cowell is good, because he prepares you for those kind of things. Like, he's very critical, and, you know, he shows you the bitter side of the industry just as well as the rest of the judges shows you the positive side. So before then, I might not have been prepared to say, oh, wow, I'm worst dressed, and I just won an Oscar. You know what I mean? But it kind of prepares you for how the industry is.
What was the Vanity Fair party? Was it Angelica Houston you had a...
Oh, thanks, Grim. Appreciate it.
Or was that a bad story?
No, it's all right. It's just and actually, I think it was backstage in the dressing rooms that I tried to redeem myself. So I was really drunk at the Vanity Fair party one year.
It's free!
It's free. Yeah, it's free. And, you know, I feel this affinity with crows. And,
wow, we all...
You know, use yours as baboons. I'm not going to take that away from you, but...
No, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so I have an affinity for crows, and I kind of fancy myself a crow. So I was really drunk at the Vanity Fair party, and I saw Angelica Houston, who I love. I love her work. And I thought to myself, she's a crow.
I like the way the mind works with a few wines.
Yeah. So I walked up to Angelica Houston, I went, I'm a crow too.
Well, cold. No preamble.
Yeah, right? But she was on a show in this building one time I was here, and I went up to her and I said, Angelica, I just got to say, I'm really really embarrassed about what I said to you at the Vanity Fair party. And she was like, what? And then it was too late. I was already bought into the story. I had to tell her. So fully sober, I had to tell her, recount the story again. So.
What's weird is, what an interesting life she must lead if she didn't remember Katie Lang coming up to her and saying, I'm a crow too. Like, you know, that would stick in your mind.
No, that just sort of brushed off her. She just went, yeah, I get that a lot. I'm a raven, so, you know, what can I tell you?
Welcome all. Now listen, we mustn't go a moment further without saying huge congratulations to you. Michael Bublé is going to be a baby daddy. He is. It was brilliant news. I'm so pleased for you.
Thank you very much.
And I know you're chuffed a bit.
It worked! The sex worked!
She never has to do it again now.
No, I was telling Amanda backstage that it was truly, there was nothing sexy about the sex. It was...
come on!
No, and my wife is so beautiful, but it wasn't like that. She was like very like, you know, it's 9 o'clock on Tuesday night and we must do it now.
I would, that's quite sexy.
I didn't feel like that. I felt like I was just like used to be a little humpy guy. And then we would do the thing where you have to turn, because
upside down.
The doctor say pull my legs up in the air, and I would sit, and she, you know, she'd be saying like, I have to pee. How long has it been? And I say like, I don't know. It's been like 15 minutes. We got 5 more minutes to go. And she's like, you mother, I need to pee.
Michael, what is the accent that you've done when you speak?
When she talked to me, she's from
like
Argentina, and she talks like that.
Okay, right.
Yeah,
Okay,
like exactly like that.
Nice.
It's
no,
so sexy.
but you don't get like. But in case people don't, in Argentina, she's just the most enormous star.
She's like she'd be like if you look at like say the Jennifer Aniston of America.
Oh,
she'd be like,
wow.
so when I started with her, I don't think they liked me very much. I was the ugly fat Canadian boy that came to steal the princess. You know what? It's true.
No.
It's true. You know
he says that, but look at her. That's who he got.
Yeah. That dude in the jacket right there is looking and saying, how the did he get her?
No, but here's my favourite bit is, if you're sitting at home watching the show and you're feeling a bit bloated, 4 months pregnant there.
Yeah.
She's not.
She is, yeah.
Oh, I don't think I like her anymore.
Are you sure she's pregnant?
No, I think so. And I just hope it's mine. She gets around.
What about a name? Have you chosen a name yet?
Oh, Mike, she's killing me. Bam. She's
Juanita.
Because she's Argentinian, so we fight about the names, and like I don't know. I mean, she thinks that like so names that sound beautiful in Spanish, like she'll say to me like, you know, I said, good name, Mike, Dirt Bublé, and I'll say, you know, I don't think dirt means what you think it means. And she said, like, no, it's beautiful in Spanish. It sounds so good, like dirt.
I read that. I just assumed she was saying the Spanish for dirt. No, just the word dirt.
No, like dirt, like strange names. She like Uciel, and like Jamel and
Uciel Bublé.
Uciel, and I.
No.
He wouldn't be able to spell that at school. You've got to think about the playground.
But also the child would sound drunk. Social services would come round. And watch Uciel Bublé.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that child? A nice name. Graham.
I like Graham.
Yeah. Graham
It's
Bublé.
a strong name.
Grey. No, Grey Bublé. Grey Bublé.
You got to say in a Spanish accent for Graham. Does Michael want round the house? Graham, where are you? Yeah. Graham, it's time for your chat show. Come on. Put a little jacket on. Come on, Graham.
Now, mobile phones are quite transformative because now not only can people take pictures, but they also want you to talk to people.
Yeah.
So, do you still do that?
Yeah, sure.
Now, what do you say to them? Like, or do they just talk at you, or?
Sometimes it's hard to hear.
Yeah.
Because there's music and sometimes a lot of people, but they just want to say hello. They'll say hello and then hope the premiere's going well, and sometimes they tell me stories. And I'm like,
you know. Yeah, busy.
Busy.
Kind of now. Well, look, would you be up for this if we got
Sure.
a...
Yeah.
OK, so if you
Yeah.
know someone who'd like to talk to Tom Cruise... no, you've got to turn your phone on. It's tempting to say... turn your phone on. The first person who gets through to someone... Are you really through already? No, you've got to ring the person, get through. So first person through... First person through... Is anyone talking to anyone? What, you are over there? Okay. Are you really? No, you're not. You're still dialing. You're still dialing.
I swear to God.
Oh, okay, we got someone. Okay. Hang on. Okay, what's your name?
My name's Judith.
Judith?
That's my mum, Gwen.
Judith?
Yeah, Judith.
Oh, Judith, hello, is this Judith's mom, Gwen? Okay, hang on, Gwen, hang on. Okay, the next voice you hear, Gwen, is going to be Mr. Tom Cruise. Okay.
Hello? Gwen? How you doing? Good? I'm doing good. Yeah, I really am. Yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Where are you now? You have another daughter? What's her name? Tina? Tina, hi. She's gonna put Tina in. Tina? How are you? What are you doing? Did you have dinner already? What'd you guys have? What did you have? Oh, pizza. I like pizza.
Get to the dirty talk, just...
Sausage.
Oh, yeah, here we are.
Pepperoni. Yeah, we are. We're having a good time. Yeah. Would you like to talk to Gerard Butler? You want to say hi? Hang on. Here he is. Yeah, yes.
Hi, when Tom said, I hope you enjoy it, what were you doing?
Gerard gets right down to it.
Well, nobody can hear you, so you can just tell me. Oh, God, it's even worse than I imagined. All right, well, I'm going to let you finish up.
Bye, Tina and Gwen. Bye,
Tina and Gwen.
Okay, very good. I'll give it back at the end. All right. Yeah. Okay. She'll probably call back.